Hi there. I want you to think about something. When was the last time you didn't speak up in a class, didn't raise your hand, or stayed silent in a meeting because you were afraid you'd mess up your grammar? Yes, you are not alone, and here is the thing: you have been lied about. Well, not exactly lied about, but let's say misdirected. Today, we are breaking down why perfection is actually the enemy of fluency and why your grammar mistakes are not the failure you think they are. So, let's go. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the perfection myth. You have probably grown up hearing things like don't speak unless you are sure it's grammatically correct. Or worse, everyone will judge you if you use wrong tense. And you know what? That narrative is destructive. And here is why: language is not math. There is no one right answer in the way where it is in calculus. Language is alive, it's messy, it's beautiful. It evolves every single day because of millions of people like you and me, imperfect, trying and ultimately pushing the language forward. Think about it this way: native speakers, they make grammar mistakes constantly. They use double negatives. They dangle modifiers. They end sentences with prepositions, all things we were told never to do. But here is the thing: people understand them just fine. Why? Because grammar is just a tool. It's not the point. The point is, can people understand what you are saying? That's it. That's the whole game. Now, I am not saying grammar doesn't matter at all. If you're writing a formal business letter or submitting a doctoral thesis, sure, you want to be careful, but you are learning to speak when you are in a real conversation. The question for perfection is actually sabotaging your fluency. Let me show you why. There is something called the fluency paradox, and it's wild. The more time you spend worrying about grammar, overthinking conjugations, fretting about verb tenses, agonizing over whether it's whom or who, the less fluent you become. And why? Because your brain is working on two things at once. Number one, what you want to say, and number two, whether it's grammatically correct. And your brain, wonderful as it is, has limited working memory. You can't do both well simultaneously, especially when you are learning. So, what happens? You freeze, you hesitate, you stay silent because you're trying to conjugate a verb perfectly in your head while the conversation moves on without you. But fluency isn't about perfection. Fluency is about flow. It's about being able to express your thoughts in real time without that grinding, exhausting mental labor. And here is the beautiful part: when you stop obsessing over grammar and just speak, something magical happens. You start making mistakes faster, and that's good because mistakes are data, they are feedback, they are only where your brain learns. You make a mistake, someone corrects you, or you notice, and boom, your brain files that away. But you have to make the mistake first. Think of a toddler learning to speak. Does a 2-year old worry about grammar? No, they say, I good, I haves, and nobody freaks out. And you know what? Within a couple of years, they're speaking perfectly because they were willing to be wrong over and over and over. Now, let me tell you a story. I taught a student once, brilliant guy, super smart, but in class, silent. He'd write these incredible answers on exams, but he wouldn't participate. When I asked why, he said, I quote, I don't want to embarrass myself with bad grammar. So we did something radical. We made a deal. He would participate in conversation and I would only correct him if his mistake created genuine confusion, not grammar mistakes, actual confusion. Do you know what happened? Within 3 weeks, his confidence skyrocketed. Within 2 months, he was one of the most active participants in class. And yes, he still made grammar mistakes. But here is the thing, they became fewer and further between naturally because he was actually using the language. He didn't get better by studying grammar rules, he got better by speaking, by being willing to be imperfect. And that's not just one student, that's the story of every successful language learner I know. They stopped waiting to be perfect and they started being brave. It's not that grammar doesn't matter. It's that if grammar is your only focus, you are leaving fluency on the table. You are neglecting it. And here's what I want you to do, I want you to reframe how you think about mistakes. Right now, you are probably thinking a grammar mistake is a failure, it's an embarrassment, it's proof that you're not good enough. But what if a mistake is actually a sign that you are brave enough to try? What if it's evidence that you're pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone? What if it's literally the only way you are going to improve? Because here's the truth, every single fluent speaker you admire, every person who can switch between languages seamlessly, every person who can negotiate in English, present to an audience, or crack jokes, every one of them made thousands of mistakes to get there. You don't see those mistakes because they are in the past. You only see the fluency, but it was built on a foundation of imperfection. So, tonight, when you're lying in bed and you remember that time I said, I am boring instead of I am bored, don't cringe. Instead, celebrate because you spoke, you were imperfect, and you survived. Apply this. Here are 3 things you can start doing today. Number 1, speak without editing. The next time you are in a conversation, say your thought without mentally reviewing it first. Let it flow. Yes, it might be imperfect, but do it anyway. Number 2, redefine success. Stop measuring success by grammatical accuracy. Measure it by, did people understand me? Could I express what I wanted to say? Did I speak the conversation going? That's fluency. And number 3, seek feedback, not judgment. Find people, teachers, friends, language partners who will correct you and not make you feel small but help you grow. There's a difference. Work with people who celebrate your bravery, not your perfection. And honestly, the more you normalize imperfection for yourself, the less you will fear it. And when you lose the fear, fluency follows naturally. So here's my challenge for you. This week, make a grammar mistake on purpose. Yes, I said that. Speak in class, join the conversation, share your opinion, mispronounce a word, use the wrong tense, be imperfect deliberately. And notice what happens. You will probably survive. People will understand you, and you will get a little braver each time. Fluency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about being brave enough to be perfect while you are learning. I believe in you. Your accent is unique, your mistakes are valuable, and your voice matters. So speak, be messy, be brave, be fluent. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk and about language learning, and drop a comment below. Yes, with grammar mistakes if you want to. Tell me about a mistake you made that actually helped you grow. Bye bye.